Okay, a very good morning students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Manti sir. Children, in the previous class we were discussing about worksheet 5 of your square and square root chapter. Okay, so today let us discuss the Brentiger question. See, in Brentiger, the question number 1a, it is given. See, number 1a. The first question is the difference between square of two consecutive numbers. Square of two consecutive numbers, difference between the squares of two consecutive numbers. What does it mean? You see, suppose 3 square and 4 square. See, 3 and 4 are two consecutive natural numbers. You take the square and take the difference. So what will be the answer? 4 square minus 3 square equal to how much? 9. 16 minus 9, which is 7, which is equal to 4 plus 3. See, that means if you add the two numbers 3 and 4, you will get the answer. So what is the question? Difference between squares of two consecutive numbers. So if you take the difference between the square of any two consecutive numbers, it will be equal to their sum. So the answer, correct answer, I mean the correct option will be sum. Okay, 4 plus 3. I just justified. See, what will be the digit in the thousand place? You see, number 2. Suppose you are given 1, 1, 1 square. We do not know what is the value. The question is, what will be the digit in the thousand place? That means this number will have a value. Okay. You multiply 1111 2 times, you will get some value. What will you get? You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know the pattern. 1 square is 1. 11 square is your 121. Then 100, your 11 square is your 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. You see the pattern. The pattern you see. 1 square 1, 11 square 121, 111 square it is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 3 will come and 2, 1 will repeat the pattern. Similarly, your 1, 1, 1, 1 square, 1111 square, it will be 1, 2, 3, then your 4, then 3, 2, 1. You see. So this is the pattern. Now what is the thousand place? See, the thousand place is 4. So that, look at the thousand place. So the thousand place will be 4. Thousand place equal to 4. Okay. Then the third bit. Perfect squares cannot have. You see, perfect squares cannot have. Perfect squares cannot have dash and dash. Perfect squares cannot have dash 2, 3 dash 2, 3 dash and dash. Sorry, 2, 3 dash and dash in its ones place. In its ones place means unit place. You see. So what is the meaning of this question? The meaning of this question is perfect square. You see, if a number is a perfect square, its unit place or ones place cannot have which digit? You see, it cannot have which digit? It cannot have 2, we know. It cannot have 3, we know. Because if 2 is at the ones place or 3 is at the ones place, that number will never be a perfect square. The number will never be a perfect square. Then other than 2 and 3, what may be the ones place so that it will not be a perfect square? What are those two digits? They are 7 and 8. Do you think that if the ones place of a number is 7 or 8, it will be a perfect square? Never. If the ones place of any number contains 2, 3, 7 and 8, it will never be a perfect square. Already it was discussed in the class. See, then the next number is the smallest number by which 72 must be divided to make it a perfect square. It is very simple process. You know what is the process? What is the process? How to find out what is the smallest number? See, take the prime factorization of 72, 2, 36, 2, 18, 2, 9, 3, 3. Now look at pair. So what is left? Which prime number is left on pair? 2. So this must be divided. So the answer will be 2. This number must be divided by 72. 72. Therefore, this number is left unpaired. Therefore, 72 must be divided by must be divided by 2 to make it a perfect square. To make a perfect square, it can easily be established. You see, 72 by 2 is 36, and square root of, take the square root, it will be 6. See, 72 divided by 2 will give you 36, and its square root will be 6. So 72 must be divided by the smallest number 2, so that it will become a perfect square. Next, the square root of, you see, the next question is square root of, what is the question? Question number E. Square root of your 3.052009. See, 3.052009. Look at the number. It is a very big decimal number. 3.052009. Yes. What is the question? The question is the square root of this number has a dash decimal place. Has dash decimal place. How to know? See, what is the trick? What is the technique? Do you think that we will find the square root and find out how many digits are there in the square root? It will take a lot of time. Without finding square root, how can we say? What is the rule? You see, the rule is, look at. Already I have told you this thing earlier. See, in the, after the decimal point, how many digits are there? How many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 decimal places in this number, whose square root we want to find. So as there are 6 decimal places in the decimal part, when its square root will be found, it will become half. 6 by 2, that is 3. So there will be 3 decimal. As there are 6 places in the given number, when its square root will be found, it will contain only 3 decimal places in the square root. Okay. So this is all about number 1A. Now number 1B, you see, 1B. What is the first question? The first question is how many non-square numbers are there between 13 square and 14 square? You see, number of non-square numbers. Non-square numbers means non-perfect squares, okay, or numbers which are not perfect squares. Between 13 square and 14 square. How to find out? What is the formula? Take 13 as n and take 14 as n plus 1. So it is the square of 2. What? It is the square of 2, any 2 consecutive natural number. So we know that number of non-square numbers between the square of any two consecutive natural numbers is what? What is the formula? 2 into n. Here n equal to, you see, here 2 into 13, 26. This will be the answer. So here n is 13. Here n equal to 13. N is 13, n plus 1 is 14. So 2 into n means 2 into 13, 26. So there will be 26 non-square numbers or non-perfect squares between 13 square and 14 square. Next, write the first 4 triangular numbers. Yes, children, what is the concept of triangular number? Also it was taught in the class. Any number in the form, I hope you must have remembered. What are triangular numbers? Triangular numbers means numbers whose dot patterns can be presented in the form of triangle or can be presented as triangle, and its general form, you see, number B. What is the general form? General form of triangular numbers, it was discussed. What is the general form? The triangular number general form is your n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the general form of every triangular number where n is any natural number. Now you take n equal to 1, suppose. For n equal to 1, this will be, you see, n equal to 1. What will be this? 1 into 2 by 2. See, it is 1. So this will be the first triangular number, n equal to 1. So what is the first triangular number? It is 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 by 2. It will be 2. This is the first triangular number, n equal to 2. Second, you see, second is 1 into 2 plus 1, it is 3 by n equal to 2, sorry, here it is 2. 2 into 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. 2 into 2 plus 1 by 3. N is 2, n plus 1 is 2 plus 1, that is 3 divided by 2. 2 to cancel. So You see. So you can find what are the triangular numbers, provided you remember this formula. N is 1, 1 plus 1, n is 1, 2 by 2 it is 1, not 2 children, sorry, by mistake. 2 cancel 1. The first triangular number will be 1. What will be the second triangular number? You put n equal to 2. 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 2 into 3 by 2. 2 cancel. Second triangular number will be 3. What will be the third triangular number? You see, third triangular number will be 3 into 3 plus 1 by 2. It is 3 into 4 by 2. 2, 4 cancel. It is 6. You see, third triangular number will be 6. Fourth triangular number, 4 into 4 plus 1 by 2. 4 into 5 divided by 2. It will be 10. See. So 1, 3, 6 and 10. These are the first 4 triangular numbers. You can find any number of triangular numbers provided you remember the general formula. Okay. This n into n plus 1 by 2, where n is any natural or counting number. Okay. So this is answer number B. Write the first 4 triangular numbers. So the first 4 triangular numbers are 1, 3, 6 and 10. Now what is the next question? Is 5, 7, 9 a Pythagorean triplet? Justify. Let us see. We had read about Pythagorean triplet and different methods of finding Pythagorean triplet. Okay, to check whether a triplet is Pythagorean or not. Suppose you are given a positive integer, how to find the Pythagorean triplet of that positive integer? These are the things which we had discussed in the class. Okay, while discussing the chapter square and square root. Here is an application question. Question number C. Number 1, B bit C. Is 5, 7, 9 a Pythagorean triplet? C. Is the triplet 5, 7, 9 Pythagorean? Is it Pythagorean triplet? The question is. Let us see yes or no. We have to justify why or why not. See. Now you apply the easy method. The easy method is take the square of 9. This is the larger number, greater number. Take the square of 9. It is 81. Take the sum of the squares of the other two number. 5 square plus 7 square, it is 25 plus 49, it will be how much? 9, 5, 14, carry 1, 5 to 7, 74. So what did we see? We saw that 5 square plus 7 square is not equal to 9 square. The square of these two numbers is not equal to the square of the greater number. Okay, so clearly the triplet is not Pythagorean. Okay, therefore we will conclude that 5, 7, 9 is not Pythagorean. Not Pythagorean. Okay. So in this way you will do. Then find square root of 9 by repeated subtraction method. See, square root of 9. Repeated subtraction we have already discussed. D. How to find square root of 9? See, repeated subtraction. In repeated subtraction what we will do? First you subtract the first odd natural number. It is 1. It will give you, I am writing row wise, 9 minus 1, it will be 8. Now what is the next odd number? 3. Subtract 3 again, it will be 5. Then what is the next odd number? The next odd number is after 3. The next odd number is 5. So 5 minus 5, it will give you 0. Now see, 3, this is 5. So how many times we subtracted? How many consecutive odd numbers? How many consecutive odd numbers did we subtract to get 0 at the end? We subtracted 3 consecutive odd numbers, namely 1, 3 and 5. So therefore the square root of 9 will be 3. This is what repeated subtraction, finding square root by repeated subtraction method, okay, which is a very lengthy process. Then find the measure of the side of a square handkerchief of area 324 centimeter square. What is the meaning of this question? Let us see. In question number E it is given, see, suppose you are given a square handkerchief. See, suppose this is a square handkerchief, okay, handkerchief. Now its area is given 324 meter square. See, the area of this square handkerchief is given. we have to find the measure of side. It is very simple. Take the square root, because formula for finding side of a square is square root of area. So side of square Haki equal to square root of area. You find the square root. It is 324 square root. So what will be the square root of 324? Either you find by long division or by prime factorization, you can find out. It is no doubt a perfect square number. So it will be 18 meter. You find it out. You find it out by long division or prime factorization. It will be what? Your 18 meter. So children, this is how to do number 1 bit B. These are the 5 different questions given. I discussed. We will discuss more questions. There are many questions also. Number 2, 3, 4 up to 8. From 2 to 8 there are some questions, and there are also some questions given in your HOTS and your enrichment question. We will discuss everything in detail. The HOT question, the enrichment questions, how to solve them quickly. Okay, we shall discuss everything in the next class. Today I just discussed, in this class particularly I discussed number 1, A and B of the brain teaser part, that is of square root chapter. So we will discuss more questions about this chapter, in the upcoming class. Children, I hope whatever I am discussing, the way I am explaining the answer of different questions given in the worksheet of your book, it is very useful. It will help you while solving problem. If you see where, if at all you are not able to solve a problem while doing the exercise from your book, you can see this video to understand the thing better. Okay, because I am discussing, I am not only writing the answer, I am not simply writing the answer, I am trying to explain how to do, what is the method, and discussing the previous thing that is taught in the class which you might have forgot. So while explaining the answer, I am again discussing the process, the steps involved in solving a particular problem. So children, if at all this whatever I am teaching is helpful for you, and if you think yes, whatever Mahanti sir is teaching, it is very useful, then I must say that you please like and subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and also try to give comments. I will be very happy if you give comment to me, so that I will see yes, what comments children are giving, whether they are satisfied, they are able to understand whatever I am explaining in the video or not. I will be very happy if you give comment. Apart from apart from subscribing, not only that, you will subscribe my channel. First you try to understand the thing. If you feel yes, whatever Mahanti sir is explaining, it is very nice and we are able to understand everything, then you hit the like button, subscribe, and always give comment to each and every video, so that I will be very happy. Okay, so children, we will discuss more about this brain teaser exercise of square root in the next class. Thank you.